Once you've identified the type of mentor that you're looking for, you then need to find the right person. So how do you go about that? I would start off by thinking of people I know. Now, a lot of people restrict themselves to people who work at the same company as them, or at least in the same industry. Now, if that's essential for your objectives, then that's fine. If you need someone who understands, for example, the internal politics of the company you work for, then that's the type of mentor you should look for. But challenge yourself, is that really who I want? Very often, the right mentor might come from your personal network rather than your professional network. So take off the blinkers and let your eyes look over a wider terrain to find the right type of person. So think about people you know first of all. The advantage of people that you have an established relationship with is they're more likely, first of all, to say yes. They might not, and don't take that personally if they don't, and I'll come on to that later. But they're more likely to if you already have a rapport and something in common, something you share, and particularly if they know you. So look to your existing network. If not from your existing network, start thinking about people whose reputation you admire, people who stand out in the field in which you want advice and support. And then look to your existing network to see who might know them and who might introduce you. You can approach people cold, but the colder the connection, the less likely it is that they'll say yes. The third way to look at it is people you see speak at events. And also look into your wider network and saying, who do you know? This is who I'm looking for. This is what they look like. These are the criteria. Who do you know who I should turn to and ask to mentor me, and maybe ask for an introduction? But I know people who will approach speakers at events and ask them if they'll mentor them. People have asked me. Again, they might not say yes. They don't know you. But if you don't ask, they certainly won't be mentoring you. So if you haven't found them from your own network or from your existing network's connections, then maybe approaching people you see speak, or people whose books you've read or videos you've seen, would be the next step. If you are working for a large organization, there's a good chance that they have a mentoring program. I have mixed opinions about mentoring programs in organizations, partly based on experience. Many of them have been left to dwell with no one really taking responsibility for them. So I think checking that they are actually active is the first step. But it is worth asking your line manager or your HR department whether there's a mentoring program internally. One of the advantages of mentoring programs is that senior executives in your company have volunteered to be mentors. So if they volunteered to be mentors, they're more likely to say yes. And actually volunteering for the mentoring program means that that connection is going to be made for you at that point. The disadvantage, depending on how effectively that mentoring program is run, is that they may not be the right fit for you, and you may not have a choice in who becomes your mentor. So I think a little bit of exploration, a bit of research into that mentoring program is going to be key before you actually make the decision to use the program.